रागातिरोकान् सततानुशक्तान् अशेषकाय प्रसृतानशेषान् औत्सुक्यमोहारतितान् जघान यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै. Good morning, dear students. We are going through Bastividya Adhyaya. Today we are going its part 5. For the last 4 days we were discussing about this particular chapter. Especially in the last day we had discussed, in the end we had discussed about the preparation of Kashaya Basti Dravya and how it is to be administered, etc. things we had discussed. Means that all ingredients you had to take, and you had to add sneha accordingly based on vata, pitta and kapha doshas, and guda you should add, madhu, pattu, etc. accordingly you had to add, and after that you had to take, because this you can take as part of purva karma or in the preparation part, and you had to take in a ushna kumbhi, in a pot or vessel, and you had to steam it, or you had to indirectly heat it by means of steam or water bath, and you had to churn it well so that only the homogeneous mixture will be prepared, and after that you had to administer the same through the anal opening. It should not be too much ushna, too much cold. It should not be too much snigdha or ruksha. It should not be too much tikshna or mrutu. It should not be having too much or excessive salt, the saindavalavana, amla, etc. This is what we had discussed in the last class. And again in the Purva Karma, one more thing you had to include here is about this preparation of the patients. The same like Kashaya Basti, Anuvasana Basti, the patient is to be prepared, and we have mentioned Madhyane Kinchit Avrite, just before the commencement of Madhyana. It has to be means just during the time of Madhyane Kinchit Avrite, just after commencement of noon time, means around 10 to 10:30 or 11 p.m. we can fix according to the land where the therapy is going on. And one more thing is it is to be done in the empty stomach, I have mentioned, and here the patient, the same position, he should lie down in the cot comfortably in the left lateral position, and the same things what we had followed in Anuvasana Basti is applicable here also. And Pradhana Karma similar to that of administration of Sneha Basti, means he should gently insert the Basti Dravya, Basti Yantra, and after that what he has to do is the same what you have mentioned. Prishtavamsham pratidado athasya netram pranaye snigdhe snigdhamukam gude uchchasya bastir badane baddam hastamakambayanna prishtavamsham pratidado ജ്ഞാതിദ്രുത വിളംബിതം ജ്ഞാതിവേകം നവാമന്ദം സകൃദേവ പ്രവീഡയേത് സാവശേഷം ച കുർവിത വായുശേഷ്യഹേ തിഷ്ഠതി. This is what we had discussed in Anuvasana Basti Pradhana Karma. Same is here also. The patient has to lie down in the left lateral position, and his that one leg should over the right leg, left leg should be extended, and the right leg should flex, and it should keep over the left one. And after that the physician has to lubricate the Basti Netra as well as that Guda Pradesha, and after that he has to gently insert the Basti Netra, and he has to press the Basti Putaka gently without shaking, and it is towards Prishtavamsha, and it should not be too much speed or too much slow, and it should be uniform, and there should be some portion of this Basti Dravya should be retained inside the Basti Putaka in order to prevent the entry of Vata dosha. This is what we were discussing yesterday, and Pradhana Karma the same what we had discussed now. It is applicable for Kashaya Basti also. And Paschat Karma, in Sneha Basti it was advised to do the stroking of the buttocks, heels, etc. Here it is not required, because there in Sneha Basti such procedures after the administration of Sneha Basti is advised in order to retain the Sneha, because Sneha is not supposed to expel out immediately. It should be retained for a prescribed time period. But here the purpose is not retention. Here the purpose of Kashaya Basti is evacuation of the doshas. Because of the same reason, you are not supposed to stroke the buttocks or the heels etc. of the patients, as we advised in the Sneha Basti. Here, after the administration of the Kashaya Basti, the patient has to shift to the supine position and he should be provided with a pillow. Because in the left lateral position we have administered the Basti, and now the patient should come back to the supine position, and physician has to provide him a pillow in order to maintain a comfortable posture. And after that, Acharya says he should concentrate on Basti administered, and once he gets urge for defecation, he has to fulfill the same. That's what says Uttano Dattamatretu Niruhe Tanmana Bhaved. Tanmana, that keeping on the mind. कृतोपदान संजात वेगश्च उत्कटक सृजेत् आगतो परमकालो मुहूर्तो वृत्यवे परम तत्रानुलोमिकं स्नेह शारमूत्राम्ल कल्पितं त्वरितं स्निग्धतीक्ष्णोष्णं बस्तिमन्यं प्रपीडयेत्. This is what Acharya advises. So he should concentrate on the basti. He should not think about, or he should not be anxious, because anxiety or such things may be results in the improper evacuation, or the fulfilled evacuation will not be taking place. That's why he should always concentrate on the basti and with a very positive mind. And once he gets the urge for defecation, he should never suppress it. He has to fulfill the same. Basti karma can be repeated until the attainment of Samyak Nirudha Lakshana. So when you are reaching the Samyak Nirudha Lakshana, at that time, till then, you have to it is advised for performing Kashaya Basti, but in the present days it is practically difficult because the patient cannot withstand the repeated administration of Basti Karma. So in the clinically, or especially in the present days, we are not giving repeated Basti on the same day. Other than that, certain exceptions are there that we are going to discuss. In generally speaking, we won't be giving the different repeated Bastis on the same day. Basti Karma and after attainment of Samyak Nirudha Lakshana, the patient is advised to take bath using warm water, and then to take odana, that is rice, with thin Jangala Mamsarasa. This should be done only after reaching the Samyak Nirudha Lakshana, signs of proper features of Kashaya Basti, successful administration of Kashaya Basti. He can, after that he can take bath using warm water, and then the rice is advised with thin Jangala Mamsarasa, because it is easy to digest. And Samyak, Hina, Atiyoka are similar to those of Virechana Karma. In Virechana Karma, we had discussed about the Viriktavaccha Yogadi in Vidyad Yogetu Bhojayet Koshnena Varina Snadam Tanudhanvara Saudanam Vikara E Nirudasya Pavanti Prachalehi Balehi Te Sugoshnamo Sittasya Yanti Bhuktavatashamam. That's why it is mentioned the Samyak, Hina Yoga, Adiyoga Lakshana are similar to those of Virechana Karma, and maximum time for elimination of expulsion of this basti is 1 muhurta. We can approximately it is 48 to 50 minutes. Till then you can wait for evacuation, otherwise it is going to fatal or it is going to harm the patient. If it doesn't take place within 1 muhurta, death may occur. In case of retention of basti, what we can do? That's why in case of retention of basti after 1 muhurta, even after passing 1 muhurta, the patient is not getting the urge for the evacuation. What he has to do? Another basti, which is Snigdha and Tikshna, is to be administered, because Snigdha helps in any sort of, if obstruction is there, it will be helping, and Tikshna means it induces the evacuation process. Because of the same reason, Snigdha and Tikshna bastis are advised even if the retention takes place after 1 muhurta, and still the basti, if it is not happening, Acharya says definitely there will be death occurs. But in present days we can manage with other measures. Earlier days other measures were not there, so definitely it leads to the death of the patient. And application of Bhalavarti, Svetana, Uttrasati, that is frightening, etc. can be tried for elimination elimination of basti, because these procedures, bhalavarti, the suppositories, because suppositories can act, or the vartis can, they are prepared with such medicines, and they can cause some local irritation, local action over the rectal mucosa, and by that it will trigger the process of evacuation. Or svedana, because svedana is also helpful, and uttrasana, frightening, because frightening, that is a reflex action, and maybe because of the same, the patient maybe gets scared, and he may be developing the urge for defecation. Because of this reason, these measures are advised in order to evacuate the kashaya basti. And after that, Acharya describes about the administration of Sneha Basti according to the dosha. And meanwhile, one more thing we have to discuss is that what is the purpose of giving that warm water bath and Rasaudana. Here we have mentioned what after attainment of Samyak Nirodha Lakshana, the patient is advised to take warm water, bath using warm water, and then to take Odana using Jangala Mamsarasa. He says, Vikara e Nirudasya Bhavanti Prachaleihi Malaihi Te Sugashnabu Siktasya Yandi Bhuktavadashamam. There will be some sort of complaints, or there will be some sort of discomforts the patient may exhibit after performing Kashaya Basti, because it is a Shodhana procedure, and moreover after Nirodha Basti definitely there will be a slight rise of Vata Prakop because of being its Shodhana karma. So at that time there may be certain vikaras, there may be certain discomforts the patient may develop. So that is due to the Prachaleihi Malehi, that movement of doshas, because the movement doshas are going out in a larger quantity, the morbid doshas. So if whenever after that we are following this warm water bath, and after that if we are taking this odana, that is rice, along with Jangala Mamsarasa, such discomforts experienced by the patient will be definitely go away. Because of this reason, it is advised to take warm water bath and to have odana, that is rice, along with Jangala Mamsarasa. This is also important. The rationality Acharya describes behind the this warm water bath and Jangala Mamsa Rasodana. And after that, Acharya says about the Sneha Basti according to doshas. Egam Trinva Bhalasetu Sneha Bastiin Prakalpayet Panjava Saptava Pitte Nava Ekadasha Vanile Punastadopyakmamstu Punarastabanam Tadaha Kapapitta Adileshu Annam Yushakshira Rasaikramat. So in Vata Tosha you can give Sneha Basti, that is 9 or 11 Sneha Basti you can give, means it is a range, that is in between 9 to 11 you can give. And for Pitta Dosha 5 or 7 Sneha Basti you can give, and in Kaba Dosha 1 or 3 Sneha Basti you can give, because Sneha Basti is more in order to pacify Vata Dosha. That's why it is more advised in Vata and comparatively less in Pitta. And in Kabadosha, Siddhata is too much not required. Because of this reason, 1 or 3 Sneha Basti is advised. Then administration of Kashaya Basti according to dosha. That is what we are going to discuss now. We are, first of all, this tabular column you can see I am discussing about Vata Dosha, and it's in this column, second tabular column, you can see the ingredients, second column you can see the ingredients for the Kashaya with which you have to prepare, and in the third you can see the predominance of the Guna, and in the fourth you can see the Rasa predominance whenever you are selecting such drugs, and in the fifth column you can see the number of Basti, how many Bastis you have to advise. So first of all we are going to discuss about Vata Dosha. Vadaknaushada Nishkwada Truvruda Saindavair Yudaha Bastir Virego Anile Snigda Swadamloshna Rasanyutaha. This is that of Vata Dosha. In Vata Dosha, whenever you are preparing Vata Dosha, Kashaya Basti, you are planning for Kashaya Basti, the number of Basti advised is 1, and ingredients for the Kashaya you are using in that particular Kashaya Basti is Vatahara Dravyas. You can select Vatahara Dravyas, Truvrt you can use, Saindava you can use. And Guna predominance means it should be dominant of Snigdha and Ushna Guna, because Snigdha and Ushna are very much required for because Kabadosha is Ruksha and Shita, that's why Snigdha and Ushna Guna is advised, and Rasa dominant Rasa is Madhura Amla. Lavana is not advised. Madhura Amla Lavana Rasas specify Vata Dosha, but even then more Madhura and Amla is advised, and number of Basti is 1. And considering Pitta Dosha, you can give 2 Kashaya Basti, Acharya says, Nyagrodadi Ganakwada Patmagadi Sitayuto, Pitte Swadu Himo Saja Kshirekshu Resamakshigo. So here, considering Pitta dosha, you can select Nyagrodhadigana, Nyagrodha Udumbara Ashutta, that in Shodhanadigana Sangrayani Madhyayam, or Patmagadigana, Patmagabundro Vruddhidu Vruddhyaha, that's shloka. So this Nyagrodhadigana, Patmagadikana, then Sita you can use, Shukar, Khrida, Kshira, Ikshurasa, Madhu, etc. These should be the ingredients of the Kashaya Basti you are preparing for Pitta dosha, and it should be dominant of Shida Guna and Madhura Rasa, because Madhura Rasa effectively cures Pitta dosha, and the number of Bastis should be 2 in number. In case of Vata dosha, the number of Bastis were 1, and in case of Pitta dosha, number of Basti 2, and after that he says about the Kapha dosha. In Kapha dosha, 3 Kashaya Bastis are advised, because Kapha needs more evacuation process, because Vata it is not too much required, and in Kapha dosha, Aragudadi or Vatsagadikana from the Shodhanadikana Sangrayani Adhyaya you can use, and Madhu and Gomutra also you can use, because Madhu is Kabahara and Gomutra is more Tikshna and Ruksha, that also effectively cures Kapha dosha, and the Guna predominance will be Ruksha, Tikshna and Ushna, and Rasa predominance is Katu Rasa dominant is advised. That is what the sloka. Aragodadi Nishkwadha Vatsagadi Yudastraya Rukshaha Sakshaudra Gomutra Tikshnoshna Kaduga Kabehe Treste Sanyabadevi Doshan Kshanti Etakramat. In Sanyapata also you can use accordingly. According to some physicians, maximum number of Kashaya Basti is 3, as there is no 4th dosha is present. So, because of this reason, this is different opinions, different school of thoughts. Certain scholars opine that maximum number of Kashaya Basti means it should be 3 in number, because there exists no 4th dosha. And division of Basti based on its dosha karma. Acharya says, the sloka for the this reference is Tribhyapparam Vastimado, Nechende Anye Chigitsakaha, Nehidoshas Chadurtosi Pujardiyeta Enprati. After that, Acharya describes about this division of Basti based on its dosha karma. Utkleshanam Shuddhigaram Doshanam Shamanam Kramat Tridheva Kalped Vastim Ityanyebi Prachakshate. So based on the doshic action, the action on dosha, you can divide Basti into 3. That is dosha Utkleshana Basti, dosha Shuddhigara Basti, dosha Shamana Basti. From the term itself you can understand its meaning. Utkleshana means that which helpful in Utkleshana. Shuddhigara means that which helpful in attainment of Shuddhi, and Shamana means that which maintains the Swasthya. And division of Basti based on number, that is important topic. We had to by head the slokas also. That is Karma Basti, Kala Basti and Yoga Basti. Here that is a Basti based on a day schedule we will discuss. First of all, Karma Basti, Praksneha Egha, Panjande Dwadasha Astabajanicha, Sanyuvasanani Karmevam Basteha Trimshatiritaha. So this is a 30-day schedule or 30-day package of Basti and Sneha Basti. Here duration of Basti Karma is 30 days. The Basti Karma means here both Kashaya Basti as well as Sneha Basti both come, and Sneha Basti alone will be at how we are going to divide the doses, divide the Basti Karma according to the days. That is what we are discussing. Sneha Basti alone will be administered on first day and also during last 5 days. So in total 30 days are there. So on the, in this 30-day cycle, first day you are giving only Sneha Basti, and also in the last 5 days means 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So during this time you are giving Sneha Basti. So 5 plus 1, 6 Sneha Bastis are over. So 30 minus 6 remaining is 24. So during this 24 days you have to give the mixed Kashaya Basti plus Sneha Basti. 12 Kashaya Basti and 12 Sneha Basti will be administered alternately during middle 24 days. In this way you can perform Karma Basti. Next is about Kala Basti. Kala Panjadashe Gotra Prak Sneho Ande Trayastada Shat Panjavasti Andaritaha. This is about Kala Basti. So here the total duration is of Basti Karma is 15 days. So it is a 15-day cycle. Here only Sneha Basti will be administered on first day and also during last 3 days. Means first day you are administering Sneha Basti alone, and on the 13th, 14th and 15th day also you are giving Sneha Basti alone. So remaining days is 1 plus 3, 4, and 15 minus 4 is 11 days. So during those 11 days you have to give Kashaya Basti and Sneha Basti mixed. So 6 Sneha Basti and 5 Kashaya Basti will be administered alternately during the middle 11 days. And next is Yoga Basti. Yogoshto Bastayotrudu Trayo Niruhaha Snehyascha Sneho Adendeyo Ruboho. This is a 8-day schedule. Here duration of the Basti Karma is 8 days and Sneha Basti will be administered on first day and last day. So remaining 6 days you will be there. So during those 6 days you can give 3 Kashaya Basti and 3 Sneha Basti will be administered consecutively during middle 6 days. In this way you can divide the Basti based on the number. Sneha Karma Basti, Kala Basti, Yoga Basti. Karma Basti total 30 days, Kala Basti 15 days and Yoga Basti 8 days. This is very important in the examination point of view. Then after that Acharya discusses about the importance of alternate administration of Sneha Basti and Kashaya Basti. Snehabastim niruham va neekamayavati shīlayet utklesha aknivato snehat niruhat marido bayam tasmad niruda snehasyat niruhascha anuvasidah sneha shodhana yuktyevam basti karma tridoshakrit. So why here in discussing this Karma Basti, Kala Basti, Yoga Basti also you might have noticed the intermixing of this Sneha Basti and Kashaya Basti. We were not providing only Sneha Basti or only Kashaya Basti. We were mixing the both. One day Sneha Basti, another day Kashaya Basti, Sneha Basti, Kashaya Basti, Sneha Basti, Kashaya Basti. In this way, what is the importance of this alternate administration of this Sneha Basti and Kashaya Basti? Acharya says it is not advisable to administer either Sneha Basti or Kashaya Basti only. Means in you are taking some continuous days and only you are giving Sneha Basti, or afterwards you are only giving Kashaya Basti. It is not good. The reason is administration of Sneha Basti alone leads to the dosha utklesha, aggravation of dosha, and aknimantya. Because that its nature is like that, it is not causing any sort of evacuation process, shodhana or expulsion is not taking place, and moreover it increases the dosha utkleshana, and by that the aknimandya also takes place by the repeated administration of Sneha Basti. And what about the Kashaya Basti? Similarly, if you are administering only Kashaya Basti in the form of Shodhana, definitely aggravation of Vata Dosha takes place, Vata Prakopa takes place. That's why Sneha Basti and Kashaya Basti are to be done alternately, or you should intermix it. Sneha Basti and Kashaya Basti ensures Snehana and Shodhana respectively, and thereby pacifies Tridosha. Thus, both Sneha Basti and Kashaya Basti are to be administered consecutively. This is what the importance of administration of both Sneha Basti and Kashaya Basti. And with this, we are concluding today's session. Myself, Dr. Vidyanand Mohan, Faculty of Ayurveda, Assistant Professor, Department of Samhita and Siddhanta, Google Global University, was there with you for narrating this topic. I would like to remind you, there is no shortcut to success other than hard work. So please continue working hard. Thank you.